Welcome to Leadership Labs. I'm Louise and Maurice, leadership mentor and creator of the Academy for Holistic Leadership. In Lab 1, you learn a real-world case study that reflects a challenge leaders face every day. To protect privacy, the case study is reenacted using an AI avatar based on a real-world leadership scenario. This lab is grounded in my 35 plus years of lived leadership experience and is designed to help you develop the human-centered leadership and coaching skills needed to thrive in a fast-changing, tech-driven world. All the resources I mention in this professional training are free and linked in the description below. Let's get started. You have just learned session number 1 of the Get Results Confidence Coaching Program. As we continue on in this entire section, we're going to move through session number 2, and we're going to learn about the people, the physiology, the process, procedures, phrasing, as well as the performance for your clients as well as yourself. It becomes very important for you as a confidence coach to really connect with people and all different types of people. And that's where we're going to meet another sample client. Remember, I want you to imagine that you have been hired by a company. You've been hired by a company to go in and work with their team. All right, a team in a department, it can be a marketing department, it can be any kind of department. You've been hired as their confidence coach to help them get results because right now they're floundering. They've just been through a pandemic, they're still feeling the after effects. Life is not quite stable for anyone, either in their home life or at work. Everyone is a little worried. And this is where change happens. But change impacts people in different ways. Some people are confident and resilient in the face of change, and other people are not. As you are listening to our sample client, this sample client is the team leader, is the manager. And I want you to really key in on what are her needs? What does she need? And how that is her lack of confidence, how that is impacting her. All right, let's listen in.
I used to be the superstar manager. My team loved me. We were like a well-oiled machine. Every person on my team would win some kind of award. We were engaged, motivated, unstoppable. It was amazing. We'd celebrate together. It felt great. It felt like we were building something bigger than ourselves. But now, with this new company, I walk in and everything feels different. I don't know what's happening. They're not engaged anymore. They've got this bad attitude. And no one seems to be working the way they used to. And I keep asking myself, what am I not seeing? What am I missing? Is it me? Is it them? Or is it something deeper that I just can't put my finger on?
Being able to understand people is important. As a coach, that is your role. Coaching is a people business. And when you're a confidence coach, your ability to stand, sit, however you coach in confidence is important because your clients will be able to sense that. Now, with our sample client, you are in a company and they've hired you, and your ability to be able to listen, to take in the initial conversation about why, what's going on, what happened. And you're able to listen to our client. And she's telling you that in her other company, she was a superstar manager. Her team loved her. She was winning awards. There was so much that was happening. But now she's not getting any results. She's got a team, they got a bad attitude, obviously the people that she reports to are coming down on her. As the conversation continues, you might be able to understand that. But this is where, as a coach, you always have to be able to understand, okay, so what's the next question that I would be able to ask? And this is where, well, why did you leave your other company? What happened with the other company? And being able to pull that forward. But as you were listening to her, what does she need? What did you determine? Well, she needs to be in control. She needs to have everyone just happy and everyone just going along with the plan. Because sometimes a bad attitude is being able to go and ask people. And when people are confident, they don't take things personally. And our sample client, she is taking things personally. She's thinking that it's all her because this situation didn't happen in the other company, but it's happening now. Yet, you have to be able to determine and guide them to be able to determine, well, what's happening? Yeah, maybe they didn't like the other manager and now you've come in and you have filled their place. Maybe the bad attitude is what has transpired before you even got there. And this becomes extremely important to understand the physiology and what is happening with our client, because if she continues to move from company to company, remember, she's bringing herself with her. She's bringing her mental map, her inner world, but she's also bringing what she needs, because when she's taking it personally, it becomes all about her, and she's not becoming the team leader or the manager that's needed to get results. All right, let us continue, because in the next lecture, we are going to look at the physiology as well as going to give you some insight into the procedure, the neuro-linguistic programming procedure. Let's continue. Remember, you're following along with the PDF document that I have available for you. But in this lecture, we're going to focus on the physiology as well as the procedure. In that last lecture, we met our sample client. Now remember, the sample client, the manager, the team lead can be a man, a woman. What's important is understanding what's happening in their world. And with the physiology, we look at what's important. This is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And it is important for people to have their physiological needs met. That is the foundation piece. And they've got to have food and water and shelter. They have to have all of that working for them so that they can move along up the chart, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And the need to feel safe, but love and belonging. This is where our client was at. Love and belonging. It's very important for her, that need to feel like she belongs, like she's making a difference, she's needed. And the new team that she was working with, they had that bad attitude. She didn't feel like she belonged. And that becomes something of a detriment, especially if she is leading them. Now, this is where confidence comes in, and this is where you've got to be able to guide them and really helping them to understand that they can change how they are perceiving the situation. And this is where the submodalities procedure comes in. Now, the modalities in neuro-linguistic programming, modalities is the word that they use to describe the five senses. Modalities, five senses. That's what I want you to think of. And the five senses are hearing, sight, smell, touch, taste. Now they use the fancy words like the auditory and the visual and the olfactory. I'm not. Let's just keep it simple. Hearing, sight, smell, touch, and taste. And the submodalities mean that you tweak these, you adjust it. So submodalities procedure for hearing is, what do you hear? The sound that you hear, is it a soft sound or is it a loud sound? Is it a screeching sound? You actually give qualities to the five senses. That's what submodalities mean. You give qualities to them. Because when you give qualities to it, it paints this picture, and it helps your clients to really get into the scene, into the moment. So for sight, could be near or far, large or small, what they are seeing. Smell, it could be a pleasant smell or an unpleasant smell. Touch, is it hot or is it cold? Taste, is it salty or is it sweet? And this just gives you an idea of how you give qualities to the five senses and really make it real for the client. Now, with our sample client, she has had that experience of being a superstar manager. And this just, the submodalities procedure allows her to really get descriptive. What did you hear when you were winning awards? Was it a loud clap or was it just a really light clap? The sights, was everyone cheering and happy and smiling, or was it more muted? Because maybe she is bringing in a different response than what's necessary. But what you want to have her do is, okay, if you had that experience with that other team, then what are some things you can do with this team to bring them to that place? And that's where she can connect with that. Okay, if you want them to be cheering, then clap loud. Have that same experience that you did in your other company with your new team. All right, as we continue on, I'm going to be sharing with you an interactive activity to get your client into the submodalities in a way that they have created. All right, that's more as we continue on. But in the next lecture, we're going to look at the preparation, your preparation as a coach and the preparation for your client. Let's continue. Thank you for completing this Confidence Coaching Leadership Lab. Every skill you practice here strengthens your ability to lead with clarity, confidence, and grounded presence in real-world situations. If you'd like to continue developing your human-centered leadership and coaching skills, you'll find additional resources, leadership labs, and professional training. Links in the description below. I appreciate you being here and investing in your growth as a leader.